Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about concealer, where it goes, about baking, what it does. I actually had a few friends ask me about that, about baking, about concealer, where does it go. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly where to put it and how to put it. And actually I want to talk about concealer because there are two types of concealer. Well, I don't know if there's only two. There's probably more. But the ones that I have seen the most is the palette, and I've seen the one that looks like a lip gloss and it has a wand inside. And I've personally never tried that one before because I actually started with a palette, and the palette looked kind of like this. These are color correctors, but the palette that I had, it had the lightest shade here and the darkest here. So it was different how I was taught. After I was done with that palette, I was done with it, so I decided to go to e.l.f. and have them help me find my shade, and this is the one that they told me that was for me. And this is a medium, and it's supposed to be complete coverage. And this is the one that I use. This is the lightest, as you guys can see. That's the one I use the most, and the darkest shade. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to put it, where it goes, what it does. And like I said, it's about preference. I prefer the palette for now. I've never tried the other one, so I might buy one this weekend and see how that works for me, and I'll let you guys know. So what I do with the concealer is I get the lightest shade, which the lightest shades should always be 2 shades lighter than your skin. So I'm gonna go in right here and I'm gonna show you guys where I put concealer. I usually go down to my nose and I create a triangle. And I just want to say, this is how I used to do it before I started to crease. So now, because I've noticed, I don't know if it's the kind of foundation that I use now or what it is, I don't know. I started having creasing problems, so I do it a little different now, which is in my other video, and I'm gonna link it somewhere here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is how I used to do it when I barely started. And this is where the concealer will go. This is where you put concealer and you put it down your nose like so. And up here. After you're done applying it like this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like freaking perfect. It doesn't. It just doesn't. You can get your beauty blender and make sure it's stamped, and you start to blend it out like this. Be sure to blend it out as much as possible. Once you have done that, you're going to be getting your powder. And your powder, it can be any loose powder. Make sure that it's your tone. I actually have this one, and is a cheap one. It would just cost me $4. It's called Italia Deluxe Ultra Fine Minerals Loose Powder Foundation, and I have it in shade number 4, which is dark. You guys can see it there, dark. And what I do, not what I do, what I did, because I do it differently now because of the creasing. Baking is supposed to stop you from creasing, but there's different methods, and for me it has changed because I don't know if it's my foundation or maybe the way I apply it. the concealer, or maybe it could even be the concealer, but I started having creasing problems. Like I have little fine lines right there, and for some reason the makeup started building up right there. That's creasing. And so for that not to happen, what I do now is I apply the concealer down here. I'm going to actually link the video that I did on that up here somewhere, and so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But baking is supposed to stop you from creasing, leaving your makeup looking flawless and making sure that the lines aren't there. But it didn't work for me no more. So this is what you do, and like I said, there's different methods, so whatever works for you, that's what you stay with and that's what you stick with. Right now I'm gonna be showing you guys what baking is. And baking is putting this powder in the area where you put the concealer and letting it sit there for like 5-10 minutes. Depends on how long you want it to sit. It's supposed to set your makeup and make sure it doesn't go all over the place, and it's supposed to help your makeup stay longer throughout the day, to stick longer throughout the day. So you're gonna need a loose powder. Like I said, make sure it's your shade. You don't want to get it too white. There are other setting powders out there, like HD powders, and I forgot the other name, but they're white, and those are basically for whenever you're gonna be out taking pictures and stuff. I haven't gotten too much into it because I just know some of the basics. So this is what you do, okay? You put it here like that, in any part of your face that is oily. You're gonna put it on your face like this. And like my nose, it's oily, so I'm gonna put it there. In my forehead. I'll go a little more. I'm gonna put it over here like this, and down my nose. Any part of your face that is oily, or wherever you put the concealer, that's where you're gonna put the powder. That's going to set your makeup in. Okay, so you're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there, and you can do it with a beauty blender. You can do it with this side, or like mine, it has this. You can do it with a beauty blender, or you can do it with a flat top brush. Well, I used to do it with a flat top brush. Now I actually do it differently because of the way I have changed the way I do it. But this is called baking. This is the baking process. This is supposed to help your makeup stay on longer, and for you to have flawless, all the lines be gone. Like I said, there's different powders out there. I personally like to use this one, and you don't want to put a lot, and you want to make sure that you blend it out as best as you can.
Kids keep coming in and out of the room because they're here for the Thanksgiving week, so it's kind of hard to record this and not have interruptions.
So I was saying, there's different kinds of powders out there. You find what works best for you. Just make sure that you blend it in as best as possible, that you're able to blend everything out as best as possible, so that you don't have I think it's called
flashback,
which is when you take a picture and like you just see like this part white. So we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes, and we're gonna blend it out once we're done. A few minutes have already passed. I'm going to be blending this out with I use this kabuki brush to blend everything out. We're gonna make sure that everything is blended out correctly, and that's how it looks. As you guys can see, everything's blended out. Everything's blended out. I don't want to have any powder left up here. And this is supposed to help you have less visible lines underneath your eyes. That's what baking is for. And also powder will sit in your makeup to where it's not all over the place by the end of the day. Having the powder on top of your concealer, it helps the mascara not run down your face. I don't know if anyone has had that issue where you put mascara on your the bottom lid of your eye, and you have little bits of mascara run down your face. It's because you need to set it, you need to set your foundation or your concealer with the powder, so that way that doesn't happen. So that's just a tip for you guys, and I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did, and I hope this helps someone out there or answer the questions. If you have any questions, please leave that in the comment section, and I am going to try my best to answer any questions if I know the answers. People that don't have the guide that I was able to have, I actually had my best friend teach me a lot of what I know right now, and I have picked up a few
tips and tricks
on how to do other things. So if there's anything I can do to help you guys, please let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys soon.